I normally don't share my personal secrets on how I teach the littles, but I wanted to mix it up and give you an exclusive on how I #win with 3 and 4-year-olds. If you love your child's preschool, they're probably already doing this, but it's great to know what they're doing and how you can translate this stuff to at home, because as we all know, consistency is key. Am I live? Oh, okay, I am. All right, consistency is key. So if we're doing it in the schools and in the dance studio and wherever your child is, and you're translating it to at home, even better. I've been teaching this age group for 8 years now, and every day I'm learning something new about what they need, especially socially and emotionally. My name is Erica Thompson, founder of Mini Stars Dance Club, where we provide magical dance classes for young children. So let's get started. As adults, it's important to remember some key things, and that is that kids make a lot of mistakes. They have a pretty low self-esteem, and they don't have these skills yet. They're just still learning how to develop those skills. So it's my job as an educator and your job as a parent to help grow those skills and help grow that self-esteem. So here's just a few things that I do for teaching that age group that really help me with this. Children need to feel like they're important in my class, because they are. So one way that I do that is I make sure I say everyone's name in my class at least one time. It's a small thing, but when you say their name, specifically when it's a positive thing, right, they light up and they're like, oh, she noticed me. Oh, she noticed that I'm in the room. Like, they love that. So I'm not just talking to little Susie that's running circles around the room not listening, and I'm not just talking to little, Nancy that, I don't know where I'm getting these names from, but little Nancy that is doing everything perfectly, but I'm talking to every single child. So no child is getting left behind. No child doesn't feel like they're important, because they all are important to me. So I want them to know that. Another thing is they need to know that as a teacher and that as a parent that we believe in them. They are looking to us. Which is like a little scary, but true, right? They're looking to us. And if we believe in them, then they are more likely to believe in themselves. They need to feel accepted for who they are. So not only when they do something amazing, but when they make a mistake, they need to know that I am so proud of them for their effort, and I still love them, and I am still rooting for them and on their side. It's also my job as a teacher to make the classroom feel really comfortable, so that if they do make a mistake, they're not feeling judged by their friends and they're not feeling insecure. It's like, it's okay. This is a safe space to do awesome and do everything great, and this is also a safe space to make mistakes and to practice so that we can make it better. Another thing is consistency. So my 3 and 4-year-olds classes need to be consistent. So as an adult, repetition can get really boring, right? We're like, oh, we've already done this before. It can be kind of mundane and kind of boring. But as a kid, repetition is key. So I'm going to do a lot of repetition from one class to the other, from one week to the other, because each time they're learning something new. Each time they're picking up just little different things. I'm also going to be consistent in my structure, how I structure the class. They're going to know in Miss Erica's class, she always starts class in a circle, and she always ends class sitting down by the door with our hand on our head to get our sticker, and then we're going to be dismissed to go home to our parents. That's always how I personally start class and end class. They're always going to know that 9 times out of 10, after we do an activity in class, I'm going to sing a fun little circle song to get back in our circle. They love the circle song, and we're all going to hold hands, get back in our circle, and then I'm going to talk to them about our next activity. 9 times out of 10, that's how I go about my different activities in class. So I'll do one activity, we'll go into our circle, talk, and go into our next activity. So they know that. Another way that I keep them really engaged is I teach with my imagination and creativity. So I'm not just saying, okay, let's do our pliés in first position, and now let's do our relevés in second position. I'm not doing that. I'm creating some kind of story out of it or some kind of game out of it to keep them really engaged and interesting so it's not boring. And I challenge you, like if there's something that your kid just never really wants to do, they never want to brush their teeth, they never want to put on their shoes to go outside or anything like that, how about you try making a story out of it or a game out of it? And let me know how it goes, because I'd be really interested to know, like, are they more likely to do it when you create some kind of game out of it? It might be a little more exhausting for you because now you're like, now I have to think of these games, but it's going to probably get your kid more excited about doing that activity that they might really not want to do. So let me know. Or if you've already done it, comment below, let me know. Last but not least, I'm well rehearsed. You cannot walk into a classroom full of 3 and 4-year-olds and not be rehearsed. Mind you, yes, there's some times when I've gone into a class, I've had to substitute teach, and 2 minutes before, you know, a teacher's not there, whatever, and I have to go in and teach a class. But most of the time, I'm well rehearsed. I know what I'm going to do from the very beginning of class to the very end of class. I know what my transitions are going to be. I know all that stuff. And even if I have to go in and sub for a class, as a teacher, I have like a bag of tricks and I can just pull them out when I need to. So there's always going to be some structure. There's always going to be some level of me being rehearsed just because I've been teaching so long. But most of the time, I know when I'm going to be teaching a class. I know how I'm going to be teaching a class, and I know what we're going to be doing. So that is how, or some of the ways that I hashtag a win with my 3 and 4-year-old classes. I would love to know what you guys would like to see from me next. Is there anything that you'd like to see or hear me talk about? Please comment below. Even if you're watching the replay, I'm going to be checking those comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.